You're not crazy, and you're not lazy. And no, constant cravings, exhausting workouts, and hating the mirror is not your forever, especially not after 40, no matter what they've told you. Body freedom is stable energy, balanced hormones, eating carbs without fear of gaining weight, and feeling great naked. And that's exactly where this podcast is taking you. Welcome to the Body Freedom Podcast, where we dig into all things women's health and give you the real actionable tools to claim body freedom for yourself. Follow the show and leave a 5-star rating. It's how more women find us. Go open your supplement cabinet. I'll wait. Count them. The collagen, the greens powders you bought in January and used twice, the ashwagandha somebody on Instagram swore would fix your cortisol, the probiotic, the hair, skin, and nail gummies, the adrenal support blend with the lavender label that made you feel like they were finally doing something. Now, answer me honestly. Do you feel better? Because here's what I keep seeing. Women in their 40s and 50s spending $200, $300 a month on supplements, taking a fistful of capsules with their morning coffee, and still waking up at 3 a.m. Still inflamed, still exhausted by 2 p.m., still feeling like their body turned on them somewhere around the age of 45, and nobody sent them the memo. You are not bad at supplements. You have been sold supplements. There is a difference, and it is what this whole episode is on. The wellness industry makes money when you are confused. When you believe you need 40 different things, you buy 40 different things. Most of them are dosed too low to do anything. Half of them contradict each other. And almost none of them are actually targeting what menopause is doing to your body. So today, we are throwing out the supplement graveyard cabinet. We are talking about 5 supplements, 5. Each one earns its place because it supports a specific system that menopause disrupts: inflammation, blood sugar, sleep, mood, and recovery. That's it. That's the list. And by the end, you are going to know exactly which ones matter, why they matter, and what the wellness grifters never tell you. Let's get into it. First, the thing nobody selling supplements wants to say out loud is that supplements are not the foundation. They are the roof. You do not build a house starting with the roof. You build the foundation first. The foundation is food, protein, sleep, muscle, and a nervous system that isn't living in a constant state of fight or flight. The supplements sit on top of that. They're supportive. They fill the gaps. They give an already supported body a little more to work with. I'd be a liar if I said 5 supplements will fix all of your menopause symptoms. They won't. Nothing in a bottle fixes the fact that estrogen and progesterone are declining and your body is recalibrating. That's not a malfunction. That's biology doing what it's supposed to do. But, and that is a big but, the right supplements, the ones that actually target the systems under pressure, can take you from white knuckling your way through life to feeling like yourself again. They can lower the inflammation that's making your joints ache. They can steady the blood sugar that's hijacking your energy. They can give you back sleep and a brain that works and a body that recovers instead of just breaking down. So that's the lens. Not what supplements is trending, but what system is struggling and what actually supports it. And quick thing before we go any further, because I take this very seriously. I am not your doctor. None of this is medical advice. And if you are on medication, you need to talk to your provider before you add anything else, because some of these could interact. That is not me covering my ass. That is me keeping you safe. Okay, let's go. Number 1, omega-3s for inflammation. When estrogen drops, inflammation goes up, full stop. Estrogen is anti-inflammatory. It's been quietly protecting you your entire adult life. So when it starts to decline in perimenopause and menopause, that protection goes with it. And a lot of women feel it is this low-grade all-over ache, the stiff hands in the morning, the knees that complain on the stairs, the puffiness, the sense that your body is just inflamed in a way it never used to be. This is where omega-3s come in, specifically EPA and DHA, the 2 active fatty acids that you get from fish oil or a quality algae oil if you're plant-based. Omega-3s are one of the most studied anti-inflammatory compounds we have. They help your body actually produce the molecules that resolve inflammation, not just suppress it. And the modern diet is so wildly out of balance. We eat enormous amounts of omega-6 from seed and vegetable oils and almost no omega-3s. That ratio alone keeps a lot of women in a simmering inflammatory state without them ever knowing why. And this is why you see it everywhere. We need to stay away from those inflammatory seed oils. But here's where people get it wrong. They buy the cheapest fish oil at the drugstore, take one tiny capsule, and wonder why nothing has changed. The dose absolutely matters. You're generally looking for around 1 to 2 grams of combined EPA and DHA per day, and you need to read the back of the bottle because the front lies. A capsule that says 1,000 milligrams of fish oil might only have 300 milligrams of the stuff that actually works. Omega-3s don't just touch inflammation either. They support your mood, your brain, which, spoiler, is going to come up again. This is the supplement multitasker that earns the spot of number 1. Omega-3s. Number 2, magnesium for blood sugar. Now, I really need you to hear me on this one because the wellness internet has done real damage here. You have been taught to be terrified of blood sugar, terrified of fruit, terrified of oats, terrified of sweet potatoes. Somebody strapped a glucose monitor on and convinced an entire generation of women that an apple is dangerous. It's not the apple. The problem is that menopause makes your body less sensitive to insulin. The same meal that used to be no big deal now causes a bigger spike and a harder crash. So you're not broken, and the answer is not to stop eating carbohydrates. Your body actually needs those. The answer is to make your cells better at handling glucose in the first place. And the most underrated tool for that is magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 reactions in your body, and a huge number of women are running low, especially in midlife. One of its main jobs is helping insulin do its work. When you're deficient, your blood sugar regulation gets sloppier. The spikes get sharper, and you feel it as a 2 p.m. crash. The cravings, the energy, the falls off the cliff. Topping up magnesium helps your body manage glucose more smoothly, not by restricting your food, by supporting the machinery that processes it. I like magnesium glycinate, the form bound to glycine, because it's gentle on the stomach and it's well absorbed. A common range is around 200 to 400 milligrams. And a fair warning, magnesium is about to come up again too, because this mineral is a quiet hero in 3 of our 5 systems. That's not me being lazy with the list. That's just how central it is. Number 3, glycine for sleep. Speaking of glycine, let's talk about the thing menopause steals first and hardest, your sleep. If you are lying awake at 3 a.m., body is tired, but brain is wide open, hand to God, you are not alone and you are not doing anything wrong. Progesterone is one of the body's natural calming hormones. And as it declines, usually first in perimenopause, your sleep gets lighter and more fragile. Add the night sweats and the racing mind, and it is a perfect storm. Glycine is one of the most overlooked tools here. It's an amino acid, and taking around 3 grams before bed has been shown to improve sleep quality and help you fall asleep faster. Part of how it works is genuinely cool. Actually helps lower your core body temperature slightly. And that drop is one of the signals your body uses to know that it's time for sleep. For women dealing with the heat side of menopause, that is not nothing. And here is the elegant part about glycine. Remember magnesium glycinate from a minute ago? That's magnesium bound to glycine. So you're already taking that for blood sugar. You're getting a calming, sleep supporting amino acid right alongside it. 2 systems, 1 capsule. That is what I mean when I say the right stack is small, smart, not big, and not scattered. What I won't do is tell you a supplement replaces sleep hygiene. If you're scrolling in bed with an overhead light, no amount of glycine is going to save you. The supplement supports a body you're already setting up to rest. Roof, not foundation. Same rule every time. Number 4, vitamin D with K2 for mood. And I want to handle this one with care because the mood shifts in menopause are real. They are physiological and you are not being dramatic. The irritability that comes out of nowhere, the flatness, the sense that the joy got turned down a few notches, a lot of that traces back to your declining hormones interacting with brain chemistry. But there's a foundational nutrient that sits underneath mood that almost everyone is low on, and it's vitamin D. Vitamin D acts more like a hormone than a vitamin in the body. And low levels are strongly associated with low mood. Most women, especially anyone living somewhere with real winters, are walking around deficient and have no idea. Your body makes it from sunlight. And for half the year up here, the sun isn't doing us any favors. This is the one I want most of you to test rather than guess. Ask your provider for a simple vitamin D blood test, find out where you actually stand, and supplement to your number. A lot of women do well in a maintenance range, and pairing it with vitamin K2 helps direct things where they belong. But the test is the move. This is not a take a random megadose situation, because you can take too much vitamin D. And look, if your mood has gone somewhere darker than ordinary menopause moodiness, if it's persistent and heavy, a supplement is not the answer to that. And I'd never pretend it is. That's a conversation with a real professional. Supporting your vitamin D is one piece. It is not the whole picture. Now, before we hit the last one, recovery, I have to say the quiet part out loud because it's the thing every single one of these supplements is sitting on top of: protein. You cannot supplement your way around not eating enough protein. In menopause, your body needs more of it, not less, because you're fighting to hold on to that muscle while your hormones are trying to take it away from you. And most women I work with are maybe eating half of what they actually need every day. They're afraid of food, they're under eating, and then wondering why they feel weak and why nothing's working. And why nothing's working for that midsection belly fat. So when women ask me, what's the one thing I should actually fix first? The answer is almost always protein. And the easiest way I know to close that gap is a clean, high quality whey protein. This is why I keep Paleo Valley grass-fed whey protein in my own kitchen. It comes from grass-fed cows. There's no artificial junk ingredients, no fake sweeteners, no fillers that I can't pronounce. It's the kind of thing you can throw into a smoothie in the morning and just know your body got real fuel. For women who are intimidated by hitting their protein goals, this is the simplest win there is. I'll drop my link in the show notes if protein is the gap you know you've got. Start there, because here's why I brought it up right now. Number 5 is creatine for recovery. And I can already hear it. Michele, isn't that a muscle bro powder? I need you to throw that idea in the trash. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements on this planet. And the newest, most exciting research is in women, specifically women in midlife and beyond, because creatine is not about getting huge. It's about recovery, strength, and holding on to that muscle that menopause is actively trying to strip away. When your hormones decline, you lose muscle faster and you recover from everything slower. That workout that used to leave you energized now leaves you wrecked for 2 days. Creatine helps your muscles produce energy and recovery so you can actually keep training, keep moving, keep building the strong body that protects your metabolism, your bones, and your blood sugar for the rest of your life. And this is the part that floors all people. Creatine appears to support your brain too. There's growing evidence it helps with mental fatigue and cognition, which, when you're deep in the brain fog of menopause, is a very big deal. The dose is refreshingly simple, around 3 to 5 grams a day of plain creatine monohydrate. You don't need the fancy, expensive versions. You don't need a load of it. You just need to take it every day, and it works quietly in the background. This is exactly why I put protein right before it. Creatine builds the recovery. Protein gives your body the raw material to actually rebuild. Together with enough of both, you stop just surviving your workouts and you start getting stronger from them. That is recovery. That is the 5th pillar. So let's bring this all together. 5 supplements, 5 systems. Omega-3s for inflammation because estrogen was your anti-inflammatory shield and now it's coming down. Magnesium for blood sugar because the problem was never the apple, it was the insulin sensitivity, and magnesium helps your cells do that job again. Glycine for sleep because progesterone is leaving and your nervous system needs the help winding down. And vitamin D with K2 for mood, the one you test instead of guess. And creatine for recovery, the muscle and the brain support that is absolutely not just for the bros. Notice what I did not list. No $40 greens powder, no mystery adrenal blend, no collagen for everything, 5 things, each one with a job sitting on top of the foundation of protein and food and rest. That is what supporting your body looks like instead of fighting it. You are not broken. You never were. Your body is recalibrating and it is asking for the right support, not punishment, not restriction, and not a cabinet full of things that don't work. So here's what I want you to do next. Before you buy a single one of these, the smartest move is to actually understand what your metabolism is doing right now because that tells you which of these systems is screaming the loudest for you specifically. Inflammation might be your whole story. For someone else, it might be blood sugar. I built a free metabolism quiz that walks you through exactly that. It takes a couple of minutes, and at the end, you'll have a real read on what's actually going on under the hood. So you can stop guessing and start supporting the right systems first. The link is in the show notes. Go take it. It's free, it's fast, and it's the difference between throwing supplements at a wall and actually getting your body back.
That's a wrap on today's episode of the Body Freedom Podcast. And remember, body freedom isn't a fantasy reserved for women in their 20s. It's stable energy, balanced hormones, eating carbs without fear, and feeling great naked at 40, at 50, at any age. And every episode is walking you one step closer. Before you go, if you're not sure what's actually blocking your body freedom, take my free metabolism quiz. In just a couple of minutes, you'll find out exactly what's going on with your metabolism and what to do about it. The link is in the show notes. And if today gave you even one shift, tap follow and leave a 5-star review. It's genuinely how more women find this show and start claiming body freedom for themselves. I'll see you next week.